Hey y'all, welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. Today we're going to make some pecan pie pastries. These are little miniature pecan pies that are using puff pastry as their shell. So for the puff pastry I made my own and then I rolled it up and cut it into 12 equal pieces to put into my pan. And if you want to do it without making it, you can buy the puff pastry sheets. But I made a recipe and it makes double, so I'll make another batch later on. And you just gotta keep it chilled. So I've already cut them and shaped them and put them inside my pan here. And then I have a cup of chopped pecans and I just put a little bit into each of these shells in the bottom, like so. And I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So the next step is to make the actual filling that'll go over the top of the pecans into the little mini puff pastry shells. So I've got 3 eggs here that I'll beat. I've got 1 cup of corn syrup, half a cup of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of melted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then we'll use 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So let's go ahead and get started. Just beat everything, beat your eggs really good first. Get those all mixed in really, really good. Then add your corn syrup. So if you wanted to do this recipe with the puff pastry shells, it'll make 24 mini ones, like small, like cupcake size. Or if you want to make them even tinier, you can do those little mini ones and it'll make 48 of those little bitty ones. They're good for potlucks, holiday gatherings, Thanksgiving's coming up, things like that. But something like this is good, little bite-sized pieces, you know, a little potluck at work or something like that for the holidays. Instead of one big pie, you'll have little small ones that you can bring for individual servings. And puff pastry itself is so yummy and buttery. It's a rich little dessert. Then your vanilla. And I just took a half of a butter stick, which is 1/4 of a cup, and I melted it. In a little bowl, I'll add my salt. Just 1/8 of a teaspoon, it doesn't call for much. Mix that up. All right. It's all beat up really good together. Now, I'll just take it and pour a slight amount into each of my little shells. Almost just to the very top. Don't be stingy with your filling. The people enjoying your little pecan pie pastries will like it if you don't get stingy with your filling. And you just fill each one. And you don't have to grease your pan because your puff pastry shells, they have enough butter in them that they're not going to stick and they'll poof up. each one. And have your oven already preheated. And there's a lot of chilling, so you gotta make sure that once you cut your puff pastry into the appropriate shape and put it in your pan, put it back in the refrigerator to chill in the pan, your puff pastry, for like 15 minutes. Because you want it to be nice and chilled before you fill it and bake it. So now I'll just carry it over, pop it in my preheated oven. So I'm going to start it out at 35 minutes. But it might take 40 to 45 minutes. It just depends. You want to make sure your puff pastry puffs up and gets cooked all the way. So we'll be back in a little bit whenever it's ready. All right, y'all, we're back. I ended up cooking them for about 45 minutes just to make sure that my puff pastry got cooked really good. So this is the first batch of 12 that I have. And as you can see, they poofed up good. They look pretty yummy. And so now we just need to try one. So we have one. They're nice and done on the bottom. So we'll just cut it in half and see what we think. Looking at the middle, it looks like a little pecan pie, but made with puff pastry instead of pie shell. All right, let's try it. That's perfect. If you like my video, making little mini pecan pies and puff pastry shells, please like it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, share the video with others. Go back and watch my other videos. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see y'all next time on Nini's Texas Kitchen.